Okay, so now I'd like to focus on the high score view. Now we haven't really done much here yet, so we want to start getting to work. So the first thing, let's create a new SwiftUI view, and I'm going to call this high score title. So high score title, and we're going to display the high score title over here. Okay. Now, in addition, I want a little utility over here. So let's call this struct vText image view, and let's enter var body, and I want to have a vstack of some text and image. So let's let image name be of type string, let text also be of type string, let the dimension be double, and let's do the following. So actually, I want to change this text to localized string key, so we can use our localization. And now I want to have an image here, so image with image name, and let's make it resizable, scale to fit, and let's give it a frame with dimension width and dimension height. Okay, really standard stuff. Next, I want text and fixed size. So horizontal true, so I don't want to break the line, but vertical false. So next font dot headline. And actually, it is kind of annoying that we can't see what we're doing. So what I do suggest is that we don't be lazy and actually create a new view. So I'm going to do that. This is vText image. So I'm going to copy this and create a new SwiftUI view. It's just nice if we can preview it, you know, vText image. And now I'm just going to copy what I've written so far. And down here, can't find vText image. Oh, it should be lowercase over here, I guess. Missing parameters. Yeah, we expected that. And now we can do something like creature 0. For the text, I'm going to use rank. Spelling is crucial. And 50. Let's see what we get. This won't be perfect, but we'll make it perfect. Okay, it actually doesn't look too bad. But I want the image and the word rank to be very close. So I'm going to put spacing 0. And in addition, well, I think that's satisfactory actually. That's satisfactory. One thing that might be important later, we could put this in the parent, but for putting this in the child. So frame max width is infinity. It's worthwhile testing what will happen if we don't use that. But we only will see it in action in the parent view. Okay, great. So let's go back to high score title now that we have this, this sample over here. So high score title. So I want this to be an H stack with vText image. And I'm going to use creature 0 at first, text rank, and dimension text rank, and dimension 25. So wait. Next, let's put creature 1, score. And finally, let's use creature 2, name 25. So we'll have first place, second place, third place, etc. That's the rank. The score is the score, and the name is the name of the player. Okay, great. And yeah, I think we're good. We could add some padding here. So padding dot horizontal. Yeah, and I think that looks nice. Let's pin this and see what happens if we remove the frame. So if I go back over to vText image, and let's just stay in the high score title. So let's see what happens if we remove the frame. They're like squished together, and I don't want that. Okay, so this is actually important. Right, I'll unpin this, and we have the high score title, and we're going to use this in the high score view. So let's move on to the high score view. Okay, so we're in the high score view. We have a Z stack. Now, let's embed this text in a VStack. And instead of having high score view, let's just put high score title. And notice that this doesn't look too good, so I'm going to pin this real quick. And I'm going to go to vText image. And let's change the foreground color of the text to .white. And maybe we could even change the font weight to bold or semi-bold. Usually I prefer semi-bold. I think that looks a little nicer. Okay, great. So let's go back. Let's go back to the previous view. So we're at the high score view. We have our rank, score, and name. Next, I want a list of scores. Now, let's just see what's going on with our data here. So we don't really have much here yet. So I do want access to the view model. So let's do environment object private var high score view model. This will be of type high score view model. And okay, great. Now let's go to the high score title, and I'm going to create a list. We want a list of high scores. And let's do for each. And let's use our view model, high score view model. Dot, or not even dot, high score view model. Dot high scores, excuse me, we do want high scores. And let's remove this. And actually, let's go down to the preview over here. Sorry that I'm jumping, because the app is just going to crash if we don't inject an environment object here. So high score view model. So we need this. It would have been better to do this earlier. Okay. So now let's get back to our list. I'm going to do something a little bit temporary here. So let's do entity in. And for now, let's just do text backslash parentheses entity dot score, just so we have something. Now we don't have any scores yet, so that doesn't really display anything, but that's okay. So that's our list. And below the list, let's create a nice little image. Let's do image, creature 0. I could use something else, and let's make it resizable and scale to fit. And let's add a frame of 100 by 100. And yeah, we have a cool image there. I think I like it. Let's see the other images. 1. It's also kind of cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have a 6. That's kind of cool. But let's leave it 0. That fire image. Great. So we'd like to develop the list. Now I would like to do the following. First of all, see, we have entities here, but I want entities and indices. So what I'm going to do is replace this right here. This HiScore VM.HiScores, I want to get indexes, to get indices. So the way to do this is to add enumerated, okay? So now we'll get pairs. We'll get indices and entities. Now this won't work because for each doesn't accept an enumerated sequence. It accepts something like an array. So what I'm going to do is convert this into an array. And now let's add an ID, \offset. The offset is basic. We have offset and element. Offset is the first element. So we have pairs right now, pairs of indices and HiScore entities. Now the indices are unique, it's the offset. And now instead of having entity, we have index comma entity. Okay, great. So now I want to create something called rank score view. Okay, so we should have a text that should display, right, the rank. So the indices start from 0. So I'm going to do index plus 1. So that's the rank, followed by the score, and finally followed by, right, the name. So let's say get name. Now I'm going to define something that this doesn't look nice. And notice nothing's appearing. Why is nothing appearing? Because we don't have any HiScores yet. So what we need here is something that I call rank score view, and we will implement it in the next lecture. So have an amazing day and see you next time.